listening to the Tiny Vet podcast today. My fiance.
Jez Watts. Hey, finally, I am the one who got to bring home a useless animal who dominates the living room. I have a comedian friend staying on the couch for the last 4 weeks.
We love you, Glenn.
Yes, we do. What are we talking about today, my love?
He's not useless.
No, he's an exceptional comedian. He's not a great contributor to the household, I'll say.
That's not very nice.
No, he doesn't need to be as a guest. And nor do any of our animals need to contribute to the household.
Yeah.
Which is lucky, because all they do is contribute poop.
Ella also makes it sound like we need plumbing problem.
That's
have plumbing
true, yeah.
problems.
Ella is a very loud snorer, and the first night that Glenn was here, because he's staying on the couch in the living room, the morning I woke up, he went, "Hey, I think maybe you need to get a plumber in." Because it sounded like the pipes are having severe problems. It's like, no, that's just a tiny little rabbit there because she is the loudest snorer in the world. It sounds like the house is gonna rumble apart.
And we told him before, we're like, hey, just so you know, like Ella snores.
But nobody believes how loud this little tiny bun can be. But anyway, what are we talking about today?
Speaking of, we're talking about rabbits.
Oh, well, what a surprise.
I have to be really careful with rabbit topics because if you've met me, I can talk about rabbits for a very long time.
And she does.
And this is supposed to be a short podcast.
Sure.
So I'm going to try and keep it under control. But rabbits are very complex little animals.
Yes, well.
And no one knows that. Like, you were surprised.
I certainly was. No, I mean, I didn't. You said that as if it's
I say accusatory.
I, of all people, would be surprised. I had never met a rabbit, of course. The only thing I knew about rabbits was, Bugs Bunny from cartoons.
Yeah, and I think that's what a lot of people know about, and they don't realize that they're actually very complex, intelligent.
The fact they're not all intelligent, but like the fact that they have personalities was a surprise to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they can cause a lot of trouble.
Yeah, they love to nibble on things. Yeah.
Yeah. So rabbits are not a starter pet, and I have worked with people that have, they've the one person I'm thinking of. Hi, Jess. Hope you're listening. She's got a Great Dane, and she's got a cat. She's got, pretty much she's had everything. And her rabbit has definitely been the hardest pet to keep.
Yeah, right.
Out of the Great Dane with anxiety and allergies, the rabbit's still harder.
Interesting.
Yeah. So there you go.
Is that the end of the topic? You were looking at me like, and I've made my point.
All right, goodbye. So they've got a lot of personality. They're not really meek animals, which a lot of people think they are.
Well, yeah, I would think on paper, because you think as they're a prey species, you think they would. It seems like, I don't know how rabbits are in the wild, because I've met a couple of very young wild born rabbits. Yeah. And certainly they were very flighty, but I don't know what they are as adults. Yeah. But I think rabbits that are pets very quickly come to dominate households.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though they're very small.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because people are treating them wrong and deferring too much too early. But yeah, most rabbits I've met are quite demanding.
In
little pets.
Almost every multi-pet household that I see rabbits from, the rabbit is almost always the boss.
Of like the other pets.
Of all the other pets and the people as well.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, even very young rabbits. I'll have new rabbit owners come and see us for a consultation, and they've had the rabbit for 2 weeks, and the rabbit's already the boss of the household.
Right.
And these people, this is like the first time they've brought the rabbit to a vet or spoken to a rabbit vet or anything, and it's already happened. Sure. So it's inevitable, I think. Really. Like the best one I've heard of was a 2 kilogram rabbit where the 50 kilogram Rottweiler was just scared shitless.
Well, I think a lot of times as well is like a lot of animals, dogs particularly, don't know how to take a rabbit. Yeah. They're not used to dealing with rabbits. And so it becomes this thing where I've certainly seen this where dogs sort of get freaked out because it's a new kind of interaction. Yeah. And then the rabbit takes all the advantage of that.
Yeah, absolutely.
When the dog... know what the deal is? Is that I'm in charge. Dog.
Yeah. While the dog's still in that phase, rabbit like nips the dog with the nose and thumps at him or
they
something.
Got very sharp little teeth.
Yeah, and the dog like, oh my god.
Sure.
This is the harbinger of doom.
It is so ironic because they're so small.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All the time. And like we'll have them in hospital as well. Like my surgery patient's waking up, I'll walk past and it just glares.
Sure.
Really angry rabbits.
Yeah.
Just being like, I hate you. It's very funny. because they're also small and fluffy and very
Sure.
cute. So yeah, they're not meek animals. They've got a lot of personality. They're very destructive. Like I've had.
Whenever I hear of people who have like free roaming rabbits in their houses or apartments and stuff, I kind of go like, oh my God, why would you do that to your house? Because they just are going to be chewing on stuff.
Yep.
It's no good. I mean...
You have to be a very neat, tidy person to have a free roaming rabbit because you got to like elevate all the cables. You can't have too much clutter because it'll be eaten, that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, a lot of people, they have like half and half where they're free roaming but within a certain area that you can control fairly well.
Yeah,
or
sure.
you can, fence off them eating the floorboards and skirting boards.
Absolutely.
Like that. But yeah, they're very destructive. What I also ask new rabbit owners is, have you lost any electrical cables yet? Any charging cables? How many have you lost around? Usually like 2.
Yeah, because we moved like 2 or 3 months ago, and it was... I thought we had all our cables properly segregated from the rabbit areas, but we had to run stuff behind sort of walls and stuff. And I thought we had everything nice, but like there are definitely some cables where I was like, oh, this has been chewed right until someone got an electric shock.
and then stopped
no more chewing in this cable.
Yep. So they can be really destructive. We've kind of perfected the art of keeping rabbits in a rental.
You and I. Well, I can't tell people we steal from the supermarket. You can say this?
Yeah, because that's not a crime in Victoria.
Oh, well, that's true, actually. You can't get evicted for it.
Yeah, you can.
Yes. I think, we do pretty well. I mean, that's the thing. We got, like, really double-layered rubber underneath.
Yeah, underneath.
Area fenced off.
Yeah, they can't reach the walls or anything because they can't chew the walls as well.
Yeah.
They're a lot of work to set up, whereas with, dogs and cats, they're just there. You got a crate for the dog or something, but, there's not that much set up and, pack down, and then the cleaning that goes along with the rabbit areas and stuff.
Oh, so much.
So much cleaning. Like, we have a vacuum specifically for that. They need to see exotic vets.
Mm-hmm.
My dog and cat vet colleagues, they hate seeing rabbits. They just hate it because...
Well, I guess they just don't have the expertise.
Yeah, and they know as well that, look, I can't do as good a job, seeing this animal as I can a dog or a cat. And a lot of times it's just because, it's the first point of contact, or the owner doesn't want to go to see an exotics vet, or there's no exotics vet available in their area.
Why do owners not want to see an exotics vet?
Cost.
Oh, okay.
We're more expensive.
Is it substantially more? Like, how much more?
To be honest, I don't think
like on average. I don't know.
The consultation probably it's up to $50 more, but to be honest, I think it evens out at the end. I don't think that actually in the long run, exotics vets are more expensive than going to see your GP vet because we're probably going to be able to do stuff quicker, more easily.
Diagnose it
absolutely.
more earlier in the process. And
but for some reason, I often get these panicked.
Those initial costs, though, like, I think people in general are not good at predicting long-term cost from their behavior. Yeah. Like that's common in every realm. That you always will look at the initial costs and then just go, oh, I'll go the cheapest of that. Yeah. And even if it's like buying shoes or whatever, it's like, oh yeah, the cheapest shoes will run out further. You'll end up spending more total on shoes. It's just, that's just how people, it's just a logic problem I think we all have. Yeah.
And we have people that price shop, so they'll call and be like, oh, how much is your desexing or this and that. Sure. And they often go, oh, well, that place is cheaper, and we're like, well, we're not going to stop you from going there, but this is why we're more expensive. And we have definitely had people that have gone the cheap route or whatever, and then they come to us because it's a really big problem,
which costs way more to fix.
at the end of the day. So that happens, and I get panicked messages, phone calls from my vet colleagues being like, I've got this rabbit coming in, it's got this.
I have no idea how to do anything with it. Tell
me.
Why
me? And how, please help me.
There's many late night text chats I see you on where you're explaining how to treat not only just rabbits, because you've done a lot of exotics.
I've got a snake coming in.
But there's a lot of people who just do dogs and cats who all of a sudden have to deal with something well out of their expertise.
And they're excellent dog and cat vets. Like, they're all amazing vets.
It's like anything. You get better with experience.
Yeah, and it's the same thing. If someone brought a dog to me, I'd be like, what is this? What kind of rabbit is this?
It's a big one.
Exotics and rabbits in particular, they're not a starter pet. And... they need as much consideration as if you were getting a dog or a cat.
Sure.
Also, the hay gets everywhere.
Yeah. There's a lot of hay.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
It's inescapable.
Yeah, I thought I was allergic to rabbits because I'm allergic to hay everywhere in my apartment.
Yep. The Tiny Vet podcast is brought to you by Upilio. Sources for our topics can be found at upilio.io. Outro music by Matt Charleston.